Can you learn to be a great leader? Or is it one of those things that you have to be born with it? Either you have it or you don't have it, right? In my personal experience and also from all the great leaders I learned from, I believe that it's actually both. What I mean by that is you have to born with the desire that you want to be better all the time on everything you do. And also you have to genuinely enjoy being around people. If you don't enjoy being around people, you probably don't want to be a leader because leader cannot need to be around people, right? And the rest you can actually learn and practice. That's exactly what I'm here to share with you. 3 things that I have discovered through my personal experience and also learn from the others that what are the 3 things that you must do to be a great leader? Hey, it's Joe Lau here. Just like everybody else, when I start my entrepreneurial journey, I start out as a solopreneur, right? I did everything on my own until I couldn't do those anymore because I was so bottlenecked. That's when I realized that I need to learn how to hire someone. And at that time, I was running my e-commerce business, selling physical product online, and I was, doing everything on my own. I had no idea how to hire someone else. So at that point, I came up with 2 ideas. Well, at first, I came up with one idea, is to maybe I should go get an MBA and learn how to build a real business and delegation, all that stuff, and hire people, right? And then an opportunity came to me, which is to buy a franchise business. Well, when I hear the word franchise, I visualize a whole bunch of people where things are very systematic and everybody know what they're doing and things are very easy, right? So that's why I realized that, okay, instead of go get an MBA, I bought a franchise. And not only that, I bought a tax franchise business. What I mean by tax is, yes, you heard it right, is tax preparation. At that time, my background is engineering. I run an e-commerce business selling physical product. The only experience I have preparing tax return is my very own personal tax return, and that's it. I have no idea how to prepare tax return. So that put me in a very interesting position because I have a tax franchise business that I just purchased. The truth is I have no idea what I get myself into and had no idea how many people I actually had to hire to make that business work. Make sure you stay to the end of this video because I'm going to share with you what happened to this business, and also I'm going to share resources with you and show you how to work less and make more. In the tax business, all the revenue is generated in 2 weeks. So not only we have to assemble a team fast, we have to assemble a really, really good team, and there can be no mistake, right? Everybody has to know exactly what they're doing. All the money I make from my e-commerce business, I spend all of them plus some, had to borrow some money to buy this tax franchise. This is gonna be a life and death situation. It's either make it or break it. So I have no choice but to dive right in to learn what it takes to be a leader. I'm gonna tell you what happened to the business later in this video, but what I can tell you is I went straight from a team of 1 for my e-commerce business to manage up to 30 people at one point for this tax franchise business, and all this happened within 9 months. At that time, I had no idea how to be a leader or even manage anyone. Now looking back, there were 3 rules that I learned that if you want to be a great leader, you must follow. Rule number 1, show, don't tell. At that time, we only have one goal for the entire business, which is file X amount of tax return and have happy customer, satisfied customer. So I guess that's 2 objections, right? I didn't know how we're gonna get there, but I basically just expect everyone to do what it takes to get there, right? If they were a tax preparation, person, then they will do whatever it takes to make sure the tax preparation is done correctly and also make sure the customer is happy and treat them right. So I really didn't know what kind of specific instruction I can give it to the person. And then, so at that time, there's a very important position for the entire business, which is the marketing position. And that time, the marketing position that that particular franchise suggests us to do is to put on a Lady Liberty costume. Like seriously, a Lady Liberty costume, just like the Statue of Liberty. So I would wear the Lady Liberty costume and walk around and go build relationship with other business owners around the area, so they'll refer customer to us. And that's exactly what I did. So every single day, I will put on the Lady Liberty costume and walk around with a whole bunch of free donuts and free pizza and give it to other business owners. In exchange, just asking them to give us a referral and let us leave the coupon there. And guess what? That's what I did every single day. Rain or shine, right? I would do that. If it's raining, I would hold my umbrella, have my Lady Liberty custom on, and have pizza in one hand and donut on the other hand, and then go to different businesses and build a relationship in exchange with food, and hopefully they will let us leave the coupon there to get referral. And guess what? It works, right? I didn't plan this, but when my employee see me doing that every single day, because they feel like, wow, you're the business owner, right? Who would want to put on a costume like that and walk around. I didn't realize it at that time, but somehow my employees sees that I did it every day. And then they realize that how important it is for us to reach that goal. And I, as a business owner, willing to do whatever it takes. Oh, every single one person in the office, they will go above and beyond to make sure to treat the customer right and reach that goal as well. Whatever goal you have that you want to achieve for your business, don't just tell them. Show them as a business owner. Show them what are you willing to do to make that happen. Whether it's doing the extra work, whether it's putting the longer hours, whether it's learning new things. Show your staff, show your employees that you are willing to do whatever it takes. Show them by being an example, and that's how you can enroll your employee to do whatever you want them to do to achieve the goal that you want to achieve. So that's rule number 1. Show, don't tell. Rule number 2, use, don't doubt. So at that time, there was a lot of people applying to be our tax preparer. And there's one particular gentleman, his name is Will. And remember that when I first met him in our office, he come interview for the position. He was wearing a Scarface t-shirt. And he told me that his day job was a landscaper for the city. So it's not your typical white collar job. And his appearance, honestly, I'm just gonna say it looks like a gangster. So it's not someone that a lot of people will hire for tax preparer. But after talking to him, get to know him, I realized that he has such a good heart and he is willing to learn. He has this drive that just want a better life for himself. So I decided to hire him. And fast forward, not only Will have demonstrated that he was a star player, right, for the team. He learned fast and he was able to put in a lot of hard work, so he became really one of the top tax preparer. And not only that, he was able to demonstrate such responsibility. I was able to promote him to be a night manager and I trust him with our store and give him the key for the business to actually close the door at night for me. And it's because of that I was able to free myself up so I don't have to stay until the late hours because I still have my other e-commerce business to run, right? When you hire someone, one of the most important things is if you decide to use them, don't doubt them. If you ever doubt them in the first place, don't ever use them. Because that's all about trust, right? Trust for yourself and trust for that person. It is extremely important that you follow rule number 2. Use, don't doubt. And if you doubt, don't use. Rule number 3, reflect, don't blame. So in the middle of peak season, we were slammed, so I was trying to quickly hire someone else without following the whole protocol. I literally just get her resume, this lady resume, most qualified, had most experience on paper, and then just talk to her within 15 minutes, I hire her right off the bat. It turns out once she start working, she start demonstrating this very negative personality, and she just bring everybody down. Our office kind of upbeat and everybody just come to work happy and enjoy what they're doing, right? At that point, I didn't know what to do. It would have been easier to just keep her and blame her for bringing everybody down, right? But instead, I decided to reflect on it. And what I did not do in my part, I realized is I was rushed to hire her. I was rushed to not follow protocol. I was rushed to think that, okay, what is the big deal if I just hire one person that not follow protocol? What could possibly happen? And you know what? That happened. And at that point, it was one of the hardest things I had to do because I just hired her the day before and have to let her go the next day and have to have a very hard conversation with her and let her know that she doesn't fit. She wasn't very happy at all and blame me, for doing that. And at that point, I took it is because it was my fault because I didn't follow protocol and hire her and I made a wrong judgment. So that's rule number 3. As a great leader, always reflect, don't blame. Think about what you can do. Think about what you can take on ownership and how do you make it better. As promised, here's the result of the business. As a team, we're able to file that amount of return that we aim to achieve. So we did that. And then as a business owner, I was able to 4 times my investment in just that one season, the 9 months period. And not only that, 98% of the employee promised to come back and help us out the next season, which is unheard of in the industry. And the best part was during the tax season, it was happened to be my birthday. A lot of the employee actually took some time off from that day and threw me a surprise party. It was one of the best moments of my life. And I'm forever grateful for that. So there you have it. If you want to be a great leader, follow these 3 rules. Rule number 1, show, don't tell. Rule number 2, use, don't doubt. Rule number 3, reflect, don't blame. If you like this video, I'd like to invite you to join my free webinar, which I'm gonna share with you 3 secrets on how to work less and make more. So click the link below, register for the webinar, and I'll see you there. Hey, it's Joe Lau here. Just like everybody else, when I start my entrepreneurship, it is the statue label, just like the statue. To a lot of people, I feel like it's belief is.